4 months ago, I was a Russian comedian, but then I spoke openly against the war, and now I am a traveling comedian. And now I'm trying to restart my career, this time in English. And my dream is to become like a famous Russian writer, Vladimir Nabokov. I want to inspire pedophiles. I'm kidding. I just want to be good both in Russian and English. And Nabokov did because he grew up in a family where everyone spoke Russian and English. And I grew up in a family where nobody spoke at all. So, I don't know. My English is not that good. Actually, I speak like a character from GTA 4, you know? I thought you would say, no, your English is good. Okay. I grew up really depressed guy. When I was 15, I had suicidal thoughts. And my mom saved me because I came up to my mom and I told her about my suicidal thoughts. And she said, what? Suicide? You're 15. You cannot have real problems. Wait a couple of years. Your life will get way worse. And like, oh, yeah. And that happened. And for some reason, I didn't kill myself. I don't know what. I left my country because, like, it's a normal thing to leave your country. Like, I don't like my president, so I left my country. And that happens all the time. Like, Russians leave their country because they don't like their president. They move to the US. The Americans don't like their president. They move to Canada. And basically, the whole world is a huge swinger party. Like, we swap presidents. We try to have a good time. And my dream is to live in California someday. And Turkey is a perfect transition place between Russia and California. Because it's already warm and beautiful, and it's still a dictatorship, so like, I move slowly, like not too fast. I live in Turkey now, and basically my whole plan for my whole life is to wait for Putin to die. And that's my whole plan. And somehow my family wants me to keep on living like it never happened, because like my mother calls me and she's like, when you and your wife Olya will have a baby? And now I have a perfect excuse. I say, we will have a baby when Putin dies. And my mom says, you promise? I go, yes, and then I got like terrified. Like, what does she have on her mind? Why does she ask? Maybe she has some like underground rebel organization that consists of ladies in their 50s that have a conspiracy. They all were like having assault rifles. My mom is the leader, and she's like, all right, ladies, if we want to have grandkids, we need a revolution. So I just, oh, thank you. And there's a rumor that Putin has cancer, and I think it's the first time in human history when people are rooting for cancer in this battle. We are this close for organizing festivals supporting cancer, you know? The rock bands will play their best hits and then screaming, go cancer, go! Kill this motherfucker! And I think like it's my mother or the cancer. It's like two only options for the world, because the Western countries aren't gonna stop the war because they're so weak. They try to stop Russia with economy. You know, basically the Western countries said, we won't be buying oil and gas from Russia, and the Russians will not have access to IKEA, McDonald's, and Spotify. And a couple of months after that, they go like, but maybe we will keep buying oil and gas. And we're like, can we keep Spotify? No. This is how we stop wars. By cutting you off Spotify. So you don't have access to lo-fi beats to study/relax to. and you die from tension. That's what happens. Like, it's weird which brands choose to leave Russia. Like, Stephen King doesn't want his books to be sold in Russia. And we're like, oh no. How are we going to experience horror in Russia? Last weeks, my suicidal thoughts have come back. And again, I didn't kill myself. Sorry for the spoiler, but I didn't. I didn't do it because of the stupidest idea. Like, I was thinking about suicide, but then I thought about my Airbnb host. I thought it would be such an asshole move to kill yourself in the Airbnb apartment. Because the host will come back, he will open the door, he will see my dead body on the floor, and he'd say, "Oh, fucking Russians. They just can't stop killing people. This asshole didn't find anyone to kill, so he killed himself. Jesus." I don't think he will say Jesus, but the rest is fine. I hope that I come back to Russia one day, and when Putin dies, of course, and we will need to restore Russia's reputation in the world because it's so fucked up right now, and we will need some good PR guys to restore the reputation, and I think we will need those guys who did PR for Austria. Because if you Google, you will find out that Adolf Hitler was born in Austria. But somehow they made everyone think that Hitler is German. And if you tell to an Austrian Hitler is Austrian, they'll say, no. Mozart is Austrian, Mozart. And we will need these guys to fix our reputation, and maybe one day we will make everyone think that Putin is from Poland. That's what we need. So, yeah, I live in Istanbul, and I am an immigrant right now. I have no rights, I cannot vote, so basically nothing changed for me since I left Russia. Except for the paperwork. The paperwork is terrible here. I'm exhausted all the time by the paperwork here. The other day I was so exhausted, I came home and decided to watch a Jason Bourne movie. And I wasn't impressed by the action scene, the car chases, but this moment when Jason Bourne opens the drawer and he has a bunch of foreign passports there. And I'm like, oh my God. Did he do all the paperwork? And Jason Bourne has a Turkish passport there. And I'm like, oh my God, did Jason Bourne do that? Did he go to this horrible building in Pendik? Did he apply for ICAMET? Wow! He's a superhuman. That's all I have, guys.